What's up, everyone? It's Shaletta. I'm here getting a phone for one of my newly minted teenagers with Xfinity Mobile. They've got great options, affordable plans, and solid coverage that works for our whole family. With Xfinity Mobile, my daughter can stay connected with me wherever she goes. And did you know when you sign up, you can get an extra phone line free for a full year? Switch to Xfinity Mobile today for more savings, more smiles, and more ways to stay connected.
In Minnesota, we pride ourselves on our nation-leading voter turnout and safe, secure elections. Elections allow us to make our voices heard and stand up for the communities and issues we care about. To exercise your right to vote, first make sure that you are registered to vote. After registering to vote, make a plan to vote on or before Election Day, Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. Learn about how to register to vote, cast your ballot, find your polling place, and more by visiting mnvotes.org.
Want your boss to put some real action behind the rhetoric when they talk about making your workplace more inclusive? Find out how to hold their feet to the fire and demand diversity on the Diversity Dude podcast.
Hello there, and welcome back to the Diversity Dude podcast. I'm your host, Lambert Fisher, marriage and family therapist, award-winning author, and national speaker on the topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. And for those of you who are interested in even more positive and encouraging tips and strategies beyond what I share in podcasts like this, then feel free to check out my award-winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, nationally recognized for the unique way in which it addresses the often difficult topic of multicultural awareness and diversity, designed for more than just therapists. If you're a helping professional in any way, Diversity in Clinical Practice can help you meet the greatest variety of cultural needs possible for those whom you serve, and it's available in paper and audiobook versions for your convenience. And if you haven't heard it yet, I invite you to visit TED.com and check out my talk called What to Do When You Offend Someone, where I offer a positive and practical perspective on how to navigate unintentional offenses in daily life. To date, it's been viewed over 500,000 times. Check it out for yourself, and if you're encouraged by it as well, share it with a friend. And whether it be through my one-on-one relationship building efforts as a therapist or my informing and empowering efforts as an author or speaker, know that my personal mission is to do my part to improve the world one strengthened relationship at a time. So, today I want to share with you an encouraging perspective on interacting healthily during a divided election season. So, if you don't consider yourself to be a very political person, you're still likely aware that the current election season is coming to a close, and a new president of the United States of America will soon be elected. Now, if you follow the ups and downs of politics and the impact of elections on the economy, the country's infrastructure, foreign affairs, and the like, then you might be holding your breath in anticipation of the outcome of the election due to its impact on those and many other issues. However, even if you don't follow trends like this, you will still be impacted by the election, not just regarding what happens after the votes are counted, but also what's already happening in your personal professional relationships even before election day has come. Whether it be uncomfortable conversations whenever politics are brought up, or the tense reality of always trying to avoid political conversations at all costs, no matter how inconvenient it may seem or how it makes interactions unreasonable, all in order to avoid the negativity that inevitably arises in the political potential fallout that comes as a result. So, in order to help you navigate healthy personal and professional interactions during the divided election season, I'd like to offer a few considerations to keep in mind that may help. Consideration number one: a differing political preference isn't the same as personal hatred of you. Too often, I encounter people who admit to me in the therapy room that they feel cautious about sharing their political preferences because no matter who they plan to vote for, someone will not only be upset, but that they'll take it personally, as if their vote for a different political candidate means that they hate the person in front of them and want them to suffer. Now, no matter how positive of a perspective I like to have, even I can admit that there are people out there who genuinely want others to suffer. I'm neither clueless nor do I encourage you to be either. However, just because these people exist doesn't mean that everyone on the opposite side of the political spectrum views you that way. Interestingly, I have found when people with different political preferences sit down and listen to each other, they learn that they not only have a lot in common personally, but that they also share similar hopes for the well being of their particular city, state, or the country as a whole. They just have different beliefs about which political candidates are best suited to bring about that desired future. I like to remind people as often as possible that neither of the candidates can predict the future, such that neither of them actually know who's best suited to bring about these positive outcomes. What they know is that each of them wants a chance to try. Similarly, I encourage you to resist the temptation to view someone else's political preference as an automatic sign that they hate you and want you to personally suffer. Instead, whenever available, take the time to get to know the other person's hopes, dreams, and concerns, and you might discover that you have a lot in common despite the legitimate differences between the two of you. Which leads me to consideration number two. A person's political preference isn't the sum totality of who they are. Another way to interact healthily in a divided political season is to remember that a person's political preference is just one of the many aspects of a person's individual or group identity. Too often during election seasons, people forget the familial relationships they have appreciated beforehand, the quality friendships and coworker relationships that were developed, the faith beliefs shared, the community causes, and even service activities they may have shared involvement in. Before the election season and long after it concludes, it's easy to remember that we're more than just our politics. And yet, during election season, it becomes a lot more difficult. One reason for this is that the stakes feel so high, as if nothing else matters, or better yet, everything else that does matter will be impacted by the results of the election. And to that concern, I believe there is merit. A lot of things are impacted by the results of these elections on a global scale and all the way down to the day to day level as well. However, it's also possible to moderate the impact of these elections by making intentional efforts to see and value every individual, no matter their similarities or differences. And by strengthening these relationships on a regular basis, we will be better set up to maintain that mutual care no matter who wins the election. After all, the goal is to elect a leader who will look out for the well being of everyone. Sure, those who voted for the winner can feel more hopeful and that the new leader will look out for them, but they can also hold that leader accountable for looking out for everyone else as well. Although there hasn't been a great history of this occurring in the world that seems so polarized, where either you're with me or against me, it's not too late to start. And while you can't change the world in one day, we can change the world one relationship at a time, over time. Which leads me to consideration number three. Remember that no matter who wins the election, life will go on. No matter how confident you are or are not in our country's many leaders, remember that it has survived with leaders from both sides of the political aisle. And no matter how much you are hopeful about one candidate or concerned about the other, there's reason to believe that life will go on after the election. Sure, some things will change and some things will stay the same at the political level. However, how well we do navigating those changes is less determined by specific political policies and more determined by how well we all learn to truly see and value those around us and make sure everyone's needs are met, not just our own. It is possible to interact positively with someone with different political preferences, just as it's possible to interact positively despite differences in age, ethnicity, gender identity, socioeconomic status, faith beliefs, and more. Now, you likely know that each of these differences has been associated with negative experiences and poor interactions. That being said, I can attest to there also having been positive experiences of being pleasantly surprised by those around them who are intentionally making efforts to cultivate healthy relationships despite polarities around them. You also have the opportunity to do this as well. With all these considerations in mind and more, my hope for you is that you would find a way to see and value the unique experiences and needs of those around you, no matter their political similarities or differences. Win or lose, the country needs to win as a whole and everyone in it. If your side wins, instead of arrogant separation, find a way to reassure those who didn't win that your focus is still on a unified country and everyone's needs getting met. If your side doesn't win, instead of resentful separation, find a way to equip the leaders around you with the information and the healthy accountability they need to make sure your needs are kept in mind as well. If we all learn to do this, then there's a chance that at some point in the future, we can fathom looking forward to election season because of the abundance of collaboration that will occur during that time. Unfortunately, that day is not today. So for now, focus on improving and strengthening the personal and professional relationships around you between those who you interact with on a regular basis. Win or lose, you can help healthy relationships be maintained around you moving forward. And with that, I'll say thanks again for listening to today's Diversity Do podcast. If you have any pressing diversity related questions that you'd like me to address on an upcoming podcast, or if your organization is in need of shame free and empowering guest speaker or training on this often sensitive topic, then feel free to reach out to me directly at www.diversitymadesimple.com. And if you know of anyone else who can benefit from a positive and encouraging perspective on this often sensitive topic, then feel free to send them a link to this podcast so they can be encouraged as well. Or share with them my award winning book, Diversity in Clinical Practice, available at Amazon.com. And don't forget to visit TED.com and check out my talk on what to do when you offend someone. I hope it inspires you and that you share it with someone so they can be inspired as well. And as usual, I look forward to addressing as many topics as possible in future podcasts to help you improve as many relationships as possible at work, at home, and in your community. And as always, remember this: you don't need to know everything about everyone in order to have a positive impact on someone. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day.
Tune in each week and find out how to demand and implement diversity at your job. To hear more, check out previous Diversity Dude shows on ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
COVID-19 cases are on the rise, and peak flu season is almost here. Save time and get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and your flu shot at the same time at Hy-Vee. Schedule your updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot online today, or just stop by any Hy-Vee pharmacy whenever it's convenient for you. No appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. Your Hy-Vee pharmacy is here to help you and your family stay healthy.
Are you the parent or guardian of an adult with autism? If your loved one has no restrictions or court order, then they are eligible to vote. And you can assist them in many ways. Some citizens with autism don't like unfamiliar places and activities. These voters might prefer to cast their ballot at an early voting center. Leading up to Election Day, these early voting centers are less busy and less likely to require waiting. Early voting centers are open all over Minnesota, and you can vote there right now. Or you can request an absentee ballot to vote by mail. That's right. Eligible voters can cast their ballots without ever leaving home. On Election Day, curbside voting is another option to make voting easy and comfortable. Election judges will bring a ballot directly to the vehicle with a person with a disability. Make a plan to support and assist your loved one with autism this election season, so they can participate and exercise their precious right to vote. You can find out more at mnvotes.gov. That's mnvotes.gov.